as we move on and we talk about what the Cleveland Browns are going to do with pick 33, it is a good time to let you all know that this episode of the Ultimate 216 Show is also brought to you by March Madness. And right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. That's 200 extra bucks to use on everything from buzzer beaters to Cinderella stories and even who's cutting down the nets. The FanDuel app is simple to use. When I win, I get paid instantly. No waiting around. As I told you all before, I always take advantage of the boost that FanDuel has right now, 25% profit boost on all Cleveland Cavaliers bets throughout the month of March. The Cavaliers are back at home on the court tomorrow night versus the San Antonio Spurs at 7 p.m. So, man, we spent a lot of time talking about what the Browns going to do at 2. And me and you were talking off air about, the Browns' plans with their second round pick. And just looking on NFL.com, I found a 4-round mock draft. And we wanted to talk about, where they had, who they had the Browns taking, and then some of the players that's going to be in the mix that we think the Cleveland Browns should draft. Let me start with you here. Do you have somebody that sticks out to you as a guy that you look at as, okay, I gotta have him on in the second round? Somebody that you feel like, okay, would be a good fit to address another position of need?
This is tough for me because, all right, we talked about Shador going 2, right? So you can take quarterback at 2. A rookie quarterback's best friend is a great offensive line and a run game. So for me, I'm going tackle or running back at 33. Now, if there's like a, say a run of running backs are coming off, which I doubt, right? Because my favorite running back in the draft probably is, I like Genty, but I like the kid from North Carolina. I like the kid from North Carolina. I like the kid from Iowa, like you. What's the kid from Iowa's name? Caleb what?
Caleb Johnson.
Caleb Johnson. I think Johnson can get picked up in the third round, fourth round, right?
They got him mocked right now to in the third round. And actually, for Browns fans that like Caleb Johnson, for the Browns fans that like Caleb Johnson, man, drop a 1 in the comments if you like this. They have Caleb Johnson mocked to the Cleveland Browns in round 3. That is pick number 67.
I love that. See, if that's the case, I would love to go guard or tackle. I want as much protection for my quarterback as possible. So I'm going to take the best offensive lineman that is. If that's Josh Simmons from Ohio State, who I like a lot, if he falls to the second round, if that's Josh Connerly Jr. from Oregon, if he's there, if Tyler Booker, a guard from Alabama, if he drops down to the second round, I'm taking the best offensive lineman available because I want that room to be competitive. I want that room to be really good in protecting my quarterback and be able to run the football. You can find a good running back in 3 rounds, 3, 4, whatever. But I really I would go offensive guard or tackle. What about you?
When I look at the tackles that's available at the top of the second round, those are dudes, in my opinion, man, they can really compete to be starters
Yes,
on day
absolutely.
one, especially Simmons, man, from Ohio State. I hear you, but I'm going to go a different direction here. For everybody that wants Abdul Carter in the first round, I got the Browns taking Shador Sanders. This is the guy I want. Give me national champion. Give me that Ohio State Buckeye, Jack Sawyer, right?
Okay.
You look at the numbers from last year compared to the career. He had 9 tackles for loss last year, 9 sacks. He 7 pass deflected, 23 sacks in his entire collegiate career, 29 tackles for loss. I just think the dude is a natural born leader. I think he's a dude that works hard. I think he's another cat that has a lot of those unwritten intangibles. I think he's a warrior. I think he just fits this gritty, like hard working mantra that you want to have in the AFC North. I think he fits well with the city of Cleveland. And I think he's somebody that fans here in the city will get behind. He's very, very passionate. He brings it on the football field, and he brings that leadership in the locker room. And to me, you get that guy, you throw him in the mix opposite of Myles Garrett. You got Mike Hall Jr. in the middle. You still got guys like Isaiah McGuire and Alex Wright, etc. He's not to the level of an Abdul Carter when it comes to the recognition and the notoriety. But if you paid attention to the Ohio State Buckeyes over the last 2 or 3 seasons, man, Captain Jack, number 33, That dude show up and he shows out, man. He just brings that next level of grit, passion, heart, leadership that you want. And he can play linebacker, he can play edge. And when I just think about adding other guys that can bring it on the football field and in that locker room, especially when it's looking like that Jock might not be available, Captain Jack, man, sign me up all day long for number 33.
I like that pick. I like that pick. I think you can do some things, especially in the AFC North. You got Lamar, you got Joe Burrow. You got to get pressure on those quarterbacks to really try to get those wins. I'm gonna ask you this though: if your favorite receiver drops to 33, are you taking him, or a guy that you really like? Because you got Judy, who is a guy that stepped up last year. But if a receiver comes in as you love, would you take him at 33 over Sawyer?
I would. I
Mm.
would. Like, if I'm being honest, what's the cat name from Mizzou? Is
Oh,
it
Luther Burden the
Luther
third.
Burden? Him.
Yeah.
That dude right there is a baller. Again, this wide receiver class, they don't get talked about a lot, man. But if you just turn on the tape and you go back and you watch some things, man, I think that's a cat that I would really, really consider
Yep.
with pick 33. But if I'm trying to get inside Andrew Berry's head, he's gonna draft a wide receiver in this draft like he does every year. But it's probably gonna be a dude rounds 3 through 5, and probably a cat that we never heard of. Like, I'm gonna be honest, at the time that they drafted Anthony Schwartz, I did not know who Anthony Schwartz was. Last year when they drafted Jamari Thrash, I did not know who Jamari Thrash was. Maybe that's bad job on me as a guy that's in this business, but I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I don't know everything about every single person. So
Nobody did. Yeah.
if Andrew stays the course, there's gonna be another wide receiver um, that we gonna draft that we don't know. Big J Bone says Sawyer is more like Sam Hubbard. I seen another comment that says DB Dog 21 says Sawyer's
Oh.
motor is CJ Watt ish. Listen,
Oh.
I think that I wish Malik McDowell didn't have his mental meltdown. I think anything Sam Hubbard or TJ Watt ish, I can get down with that. He also says Luther will be going, unfortunately, but I agree. Actually, this mock draft here. So I'm looking at a mock draft from the 21st of March, and this is from Chad Reuter of
Okay.
NFL.com. And he had Josh Connery Jr. from Oregon mocked to the Browns at 33, and Luther Burton actually going to the Tennessee Titans with the 35th pick
Oh, wow.
in the second round. So you, as projected, they'll get their quarterback in the first round. They get him a weapon in the second round. I don't know. Now I guess with Sawyer with the tackle and Burton all on the board, which way do you go here? Do you go
Ooh, that's
wide
tough.
receiver? Like chat, y'all let us know, man. Y'all being engaged.
That's tough.
If that's the
Ooh.
situation, are you going tackle, or are you going pass rusher, or are you going wide receiver? And this is with the thought process that the Browns can solidify the quarterback position with a second pick.
See, this the thing too. I think you got two third-round picks, right? You got one first, one second, two third, one fourth, and then a bunch of six and one seven. So if you really, really wanted somebody, like say a running back falls in the draft, and you like, you know what? Let me hop back in the first at 32 and go get this guy, right? Or you know what? Let me package some of this third round. Let me give somebody a third rounder and my second rounder to go up and get whoever, right? I wouldn't be against that. I wouldn't be against that. I'm all for aggressive moves to go get a guy that you love, especially a guy. Because in my opinion, I've heard a bunch of GMs say like number 20, a guy that's going like 23rd or 25th in the draft,
I
and
heard
like
this.
57
I
are
heard
basically
this.
all the same. They're
Yeah, I
basically
heard the same
all the
thing.
same. They're all rated the same way. So it's like, cool. If you love a guy, go trade him and go up and get him. If he can be a playmaker, because you're getting a guy in the first round and second round, even third round, those guys are competing for starting spots. So if you can get a guy to come in and compete, whether that's at a receiver, a tackle, a running back, a defensive end, that's gonna be huge.
Yeah, so just a couple of other picks that's around in a second. Again, they got a second D tackle from Oregon. Other notables, Josh Simmons, the D tackle that you like from Ohio State. They got him going 38
Him a
to
lot.
the New England Patriots. JTT, JT Tuamalo from Ohio State, the edge rusher. They got him going to Chicago with pick number 39. And then what's his name? Tyleek Williams, the defensive tackle from Ohio State. Another notable, they have him going to the 49ers at pick 43. Kenneth Grant, the defensive tackle from Michigan, they got him going to the Jets, a pick ahead of him. Another cat that I like. I think the Browns could probably use another tight end. I don't know if addressing that position in round 2 makes sense, but Mason Taylor from LSU is a tight end. I feel like it's a playmaker. So there's going to be some guys there in the second round